Is Brown Mogotsi hiding something? Why did Julius Malema suddenly question him about his businesses and whether he's acting as an informant? Are these just political attacks, or is there something deeper the public needs to know? The confrontation was tense, the questions were direct, and the implications could be serious. What is Brown not saying? Stay with us, because this exchange might expose more than anyone expected.
Honorable Malema.
No, thanks, Chair. I think we're moving a bit fast because I thought we're still at the introduction level where there are three issues that have not been answered. The first one is, why is Mr. Mogotsi calling himself an entrepreneur? I want to understand that because it can't just be a concept loosely thrown around. Secondly, what is an informant? Under which department does an informant fall under? And what is the agent? Under which department does it fall under? And between the informant and the agent, which one has got, not PESAL, some false number that we're able to account through that number that we're paying this particular agent? Because that clarity is not coming out. And I think we need to get that clarity. So we know we're dealing with entrepreneur, for real if he is, informant if he is, agent if he is. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Honorable Malema. I think the first issue is the issue of the names. I think if there is that consensus that the usage of the names must be avoided with all possibilities necessary. You will also, Mr. Mogotsi, I was also tempted, Honorable Malema, to enter on the issue of the informant, the conduct agent, and the undercover agent. So I think you must also give us the significant difference between the three, and also enter on, because as you introduce yourself in your own statement, you say, I'm an entrepreneur. So maybe you can walk with us through that. You can proceed. Let's allow him to first deal with this matter, then we'll come to you, Honorable Skosan.
Oh, thank you, Chair. The question of an entrepreneur, it may be understood in a different way. I only call myself an entrepreneur because I'm selling. I have a small business and sometimes we do application for entrepreneur development program with CEDA. We make application, and that's how I put it, that I'm an entrepreneur. Probably Honorable Malema and other people were able to say no, because you are selling on a small scale, you are there for this particular thing. I may not be able to give it in a proper way in which it's understood, but I just call myself a small business and entrepreneur. To me, they sound the same. The question of informant, Chairperson.
Now, before you go there, you are saying you are selling. What are you selling where?
All three, Chairperson. I have some liquor outlets. I also distribute meat, manufacturer wars, and all these things to different, like your funerals, weddings, and so forth. Most importantly, I do a lot of catering, food to events and so forth. And none of them comes from government, by the way. It's only private business. I'm dealing with private businesses.
So you have an abattoir?
No, I have not abattoir. I buy from the abattoir.
Okay.
That's correct.
You can proceed on the significant difference between the informant, conduct agent, and the undercover agent.
Thank you, Chair, that you say I should perhaps give it in a proper way of explanation. I give example, if three people goes and steal some way, and one get arrested, the two runs away. This particular one makes the deal with the police and tell them, after stealing here, we are planning to steal even next door. But that information that you provide to the police, that moment, the police may decide that this become our informant. They go there and trace, and if a crime takes place and they manage to arrest these people, this person is immediately declared an informant. I'll give another way is that an informant will be this particular person, can even come from here in Parliament, working here. If there's anything going on that is not correct, the moment he gives that information at that time, he becomes an informant. So in many cases, the police officer, especially in the detective section, they will realize this boy is always in town. He knows people who are selling maybe drugs or something, and they feel we can work with him, he can give us information as and when, then they make him an informant. It moved to the agent. A contact agent then now will not appear in any, this, is having a relationship with the handler. This particular handler will bring assignment, will tell him there is this information, can you work on this? Now, the moment you are registered by a particular crime intelligence officer, you start identifying in ranks, in maybe in government department, any institution, those particular individuals that you identify to work with you, they become your informant. You start having a network of informants again that gives information and you give to your handler. And this, for example, the informant does not have a file. He say, police, tomorrow they are breaking, they come. He does not possess any file, but the contact now, there is a file where he writes, you get the assignment, this handler will go to his commanders and whoever and make arrangement and talk to them, get you permission and say, yes, you can do that. There's a CIT that's going to take place, mang, they're involved. You tell the agent, you tell the handler will then organize, for example, inform the police of that particular place before the CIT can take place. That's when the police will act. Now, in that sense, I don't know if I'm understood, Chairperson. I was going to give an example in a way of this particular, the BM1, this affidavit that is written here. This affidavit, it came from a source. This particular source made me meet with one colonel. And this colonel was aware of a disciplinary hearing to take place. And this colonel was one of the witnesses. He was called to KZN and be given a mandate how to fabricate stories to favor the employer to get this particular general expert. Now, in that sense, I had to speak to my handler, and the handler arranged the DPCI. We requested a permission to conduct a particular section called the Section 252A, where you request in advance to conduct an operation. And I recorded this particular colonel. This colonel gave information on the plot, how they are going to dismiss the particular general between the two generals from KZN and the presiding. When we get to the statement, I believe that will be ventilated to the latter. But I'm saying, after recording this particular colonel, we were able to dispose an affidavit. A case was opened by the DPCI, and the investigating officer took the matter, the Colonel Schnell, and I don't know how far is the case and so forth. And to be precise, the same recording, it is this affidavit, which was used in Madlanga, Chairperson, where I was told, you are a liar, you are a professional liar, and so forth. This is the same one. It is because the same police officer couldn't trust me enough. I had to give him impression that when you give me this information, in return, you'll get perhaps a promotion, you'll get whatever. I'm working with the Minister of Police, don't worry, this will be handled. And indeed, he cooperated, managed to record him, and the audio is there, and the transcripts are available for the members to look at. Now, most significantly out of this, from Madlanga, after being called a liar, the same recording was used to charge this police officer. He was served with the document to appear before disciplinary hearing. I'm trying to show you that as an agent, an informant could not apply for 252A, but an agent can talk to the handler and request the 252A, which was granted, and that's the difference between the chapters.